Greetings, dear audience. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is December, the cherished time of the year for me. My apologies for any prior singing. I solemnly vow to abstain from it henceforth. Much has occurred since our last conversation, and I plan to record a video today and another tomorrow. However, in today's video, I wish to discuss a significant individual, Bob Seely. Presently, he holds importance as a British Member of Parliament affiliated with the ruling Conservative government. He's set on a crucial mission during Easter, although my grasp of specific timeframes might be a bit fuzzy, much like his. Nonetheless, he recently published an article in the Daily Mail stating, "In the upcoming weeks, I intend to introduce a bill in Parliament to revoke the titles of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex." As we know, upon Harry and Meghan's wedding, the late Queen Elizabeth II bestowed upon them the titles of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex as a matrimonial gift. These titles stood firm while they were active members of the royal family. However, their departure stirred uncertainty about their entitlement to these titles. Since the infamous Megxit, and particularly due to subsequent events in the last couple of years, a considerable amount of negative sentiment has amassed. In the UK, there is growing discontentment regarding Harry and Meghan retaining their titles and reaping financial benefits from them. Without these titles, some argue they would simply be known as Mr. and Mrs., lacking even the distinction of Mr. and Mrs. Sussex. It's crucial to note that neither the Queen nor Charles holds the power to strip their titles. Only an Act of Parliament could enact such a revocation. This is why Bob Seely MP is currently garnering substantial attention. He expressed, "While I support the monarchy and am not a Republican, after the recent conflicts between the couple and the royal family, I believe Parliament and the Privy Council should consider a decisive action." The Privy Council, primarily advising the monarch on formalizing proclamations and council orders, includes cabinet members, past and present governmental figures, the Speaker, leaders of major political parties, archbishops, senior judges, and other eminent public figures. It operates separately from the government, serving to counsel both the monarch and the government. Bob Seely's proposed nuclear option entails referring to the Duke and Duchess as Mr. and Mrs., akin to the general public. His forthcoming bill, named the Titles Deprivation Act 1917 Amendment Bill, aims to allow Parliament to advise the Advisory Privy Council on stripping a royal family member of their titles. He emphasizes that if an individual chooses not to be part of the royal circle, that decision should be respected. However, they shouldn't retain titles and privileges while disparaging an institution integral to our nation's life. Seely empathizes with Harry's life choices, but criticizes the couple and their supporters for baseless and inflammatory accusations against the royal family, followed by denials or a lack of substantiation. Public support seems to back Seely's stance. Nevertheless, the possibility of the Sussexes losing their titles or voluntarily relinquishing them appears slim. While many welcome Seely's initiative with enthusiasm, it's widely believed it won't progress in Parliament or the Privy Council. This viewpoint isn't just my own, but seems to echo across the board. Nonetheless, a silver lining exists. Parliamentary discussions are underway. Even removing them from the royal family's official website is rumored to be under consideration. Whether the speculation holds any truth remains to be seen, but where there's smoke, there might be fire. I've heard from credible sources about an imminent website update. Should their titles be removed, they would revert to being Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor. Harry's position in the line of succession wouldn't be affected, as removing him is highly improbable. Nonetheless, the fact that this matter is being deliberated upon in the British Parliament is noteworthy. Undoubtedly, the King will be kept informed. One wonders if Bob Seely possesses insights beyond what's publicly known. The question surrounding the support for certain actions taken by a lone member of Parliament raises intrigue. Is he merely a solitary voice in the political arena, advocating for the demands that the people of the UK have been fervently voicing? The situation concerning Harry's position as a Councillor of State is puzzling. This position allows him to act on behalf of the King in the King's absence. Interestingly, it's simpler to add individuals to the Councillors of State than it is to dismiss them. Consequently, Anne and Edward were included last year. Even if the king were unable to carry out his royal duties, there are numerous individuals who could step into the role before Harry. The sentiments echoed by Bob Seeley in Parliament resonate strongly with my own thoughts. If someone no longer desires a royal association, that decision should be respected. However, retaining titles and privileges while disparaging an institution integral to our nation's fabric seems contradictory. Many voices echo these sentiments. Before stripping titles, it's proposed that they be removed from the website, a move that would symbolically distance the royal family without explicit action. The question lingers: will the royal family remove Harry and Meghan from their official website? The weight of the Times opinion cannot be understated. As a highly reputable UK newspaper, its call to strip the couple of their titles holds significance. The Times Review contends that the Sussexes persist in leveraging their noble titles for personal gain and influence, despite otherwise rejecting and disparaging the institution they represent. This self-serving stance, using titles they claim to eschew, is seen as hypocritical and distasteful. Even Piers Morgan, known for his strong opinions, wrote a piece urging the removal of Harry and Meghan's titles. Their diminishing presence in the Amazon charts for Endgame might be interpreted as a form of karmic retribution. A follow-up video discussing the aftermath is planned, acknowledging the shifts since the previous video. A live session is also anticipated, with consideration for accommodating global audiences. Reports suggest that the royal family offered Harry and Meghan a chance to relinquish their titles, an offer seemingly declined due to the financial opportunities tied to their status. It's intriguing that while fans vehemently criticize the royal family, they adamantly oppose Harry and Meghan losing their titles, a contradiction worth noting. The possibility of a bill, dubbed the nuclear option, arises. Will this proposal gain support beyond a lone MP's stance? What happens if titles are revoked? Harry would retain his princely status, and Meghan would be known as Princess Henry, not Princess Meghan. Moreover, within the Times article, it suggested that the attack was endorsed by the couple, a viewpoint I intend to delve into in tomorrow's video. Hypothetically, even if the bill garners parliamentary approval, the king's sign-off remains necessary. However, indications suggest reluctance on the king's part to take such action against his son. This hesitance might stem from anticipated backlash. Yet, from a broader perspective, many believe this could be a sensible resolution to end the ongoing drama, a sentiment I share. Shifting focus to Harry's court case against the UK's Home Office, which commenced today, concerns security arrangements. Speculation regarding his presence in court surfaces, with doubts about his physical attendance. The closed nature of the court proceedings might limit information dissemination. Meanwhile, Meghan's recent paparazzi encounter, deemed Duper's delight, adds another layer to the ongoing saga. In my upcoming video, I aim to shed light on connections between Meghan and Omid, promising an insightful update. As always, I value your thoughts on whether this bill will gain traction or be dismissed, and I appreciate the support from my followers.